back to my channel. If you haven't connected with me before, my name is Sarah from Synchronized Health and Wellness. Welcome to Blue House Yoga. These are simple yoga classes that I hope to share with the world so everyone can feel the wonderful benefits of yoga. So today we're going to start on a bolster, a cushion, a pillow. As always, I like to center ourselves, just connect into the body to start the class for a few moments, and we always finish the class in Shavasana, which is traditional in yoga, just to integrate the movement back throughout our bodies. So come to a seated position, whatever feels comfortable for you. Remember, this is a time to have fun too. Don't take it too seriously, be kind to yourself. So let's set the intention today to really be kind to ourselves, because sometimes, especially if you haven't tried a practice before, we can be really hard and expect our bodies or our egos get a bit tied up in how we look or whether we can do it or not. And for everybody's body, doing it can look slightly different and might not look different to how I'm doing it, not look the same to how I'm doing it. That doesn't mean you're doing it wrong. So be kind. Let's center ourselves on kindness today. So let's just close down the eyes, sit up nice and tall, really grounding down through the sit bones. Head's just in a really lovely neutral position. Relax the shoulders. And we're just going to start to breathe in through the nose. If you can. If you can't, just breathe in through your mouth, out through your mouth. I prefer to breathe in through my nose, down into the belly, and then let that breath come up and out through the mouth. And I kind of envision it as a cycle of breath. So it moves up from the belly, up into the heart, and then out through the mouth. Then in through the nose, down to the belly, up to the heart, and back out through the mouth. And we'll just count. We'll do a count of 3, and then we'll work up from there. So we'll breathe in, 2, 3, and out. 2, 3, and in, and out. 2, 3, and let's make it a little bit longer. We're going to do count of 4. In, 2, 3, 4. This time we're going to hold at the top for 2, and then out. 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Hold at the top. Imagine it in the crown of your head. 1, 2, out. 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 1, 2. Out. 2, 3, 4. This time we're going to hold at the bottom. 2, and then breathe. 1, 2, 3, 4. Holding at the top. 1, 2. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold at the bottom. And inhalation. 2, 3, 4. Hold at the top. Exhale. Hold at the bottom. Inhale. Counting in your head now. Exhaling. And now we'll just open the eyes very lightly. Coming back into the space, keeping the gaze low if you can. If you've never tried meditating before, that is a meditation, and you notice that when your mind has got something to do, focusing on the breath, counting, you're not thinking about anything else, and that is meditation. And sometimes if you lose that cycle, you just bring yourself back. So I would encourage everybody to have some kind of meditation practice, especially at this time on the planet. We really all need to be meditating in some way, shape or form every single day. Sometimes I do it several times a day, depending on the day. So, right, let's begin our practice. So, to begin, I'm just going to walk the hands forward. You can keep that prop behind you if it feels okay. And we're just going to be extending out from the shoulders. Drop the head, coming down as far as you can, just stretching out the arms. Breathing into the belly. And breathing out. Walking the hands back towards the body. Sitting up nice and tall. This time we're going to take the hands up overhead. Hinge from the hips. Coming forward. Fingers on the floor. Stretching out through those shoulders, through those arms, through those fingers. Going as low as you can. Trying not to round through the back. Trying to keep the spine straight. Walking back. Nice and tall. We're going to take the feet out in front. We're going to bring the heels together. Knees bent. Sitting up nice and tall. Just drawing those knees down towards the mat. Still on our bolster or our cushion if you feel like you want to keep it there. Just helps to lift the pelvis a little bit and can make it easier. If it's hurting your back, if you're feeling it's too difficult, just stretch the legs out away from the body further. I find it more comfortable to have them really close in, but play around with it. Find what feels good for you. And we're going to take the hands up overhead, nice and tall. We're going to twist left hand to right knee. We're going to take the hands overhead, coming back to a neutral position. We're going to come to the other side, right hand to right knee as we turn. Not going too deep, we're only just warming up. Hands overhead, drawing the palms together, drawing the hands to the heart center. Just remind yourself, be kind, kindness. Kindness is our intention to ourselves, and hopefully when we're kind to ourselves, we will project that out to others. We're going to stretch the feet out in front. And actually we'll come back to a seated position. We're just going to do some cat-cows. So just having the hands lightly on the knees. I'll turn to the side so you can see. We're just going to draw the belly in, round the shoulders forward, and then drawing the chest forward, arching the back, bringing the head up to look above. Exhaling, we're going to draw the belly back. So we're kind of caving in the midsection and pushing out through the shoulders. And coming forward. So we do this usually in a tabletop position, but we're just going to do some seated today. And coming back forward. Exhaling as we come in. Inhaling as we come out. And then coming back to a neutral position. We're going to come off our bolster. And come into a tabletop position. So wrists under shoulders, knees under hips, and we're going to carry on with that. We're going to move the body, arch the back, pushing out through the shoulders, and then dipping the spine, drawing the neck up, down and up to look at the ceiling. Exhale as we come up. Inhale as we come down. Exhale as we come up. Inhale as we come down. And we're going to come back to a neutral position. We're going to take the left hand and draw it out in front and take the right leg out behind and lift. And then we're going to draw them in together and draw them back. In and out. In and out. And draw that hand back down to the mat, knee down to the mat. We're going to put the big toes together and we're going to bring ourselves back into child's pose. Taking a big belly breath here. And coming back to tabletop, we're going to now draw the right hand out in front, the left leg out behind us, pointing those toes, pointing those fingers, drawing them in together, drawing them back, out and in, out and in. One more time, out and in. Knee to the mat, hand to the mat. We're going to take the left knee and we're going to bring it into our low lunge. We're going to slide that back right leg away. So we're getting into a really nice lunge. We're going to plant the right hand, draw the left hand up and looking up towards the hand. We're going to draw that hand back down to the mat. We're going to lift the back leg and we're just going into a high lunge. And then we're going to rock back, straightening out that front leg. And we're going to do that twist again. So planting the right hand, lifting the left hand up to the back. If that's too much, you can stay in your low lunge. Drawing the hand back to the mat. We're going to rock forward. So bending that back knee to the mat, planting the foot. We're going to rock back, straighten that front leg again. Walk the hands back slightly. Rock forward. Back into that lunge, really opening up through the hips. We're going to draw that front leg to the back. We're going to tuck the toes, plant the hands, lift the knees off the mat, and then draw the body up and back to downward dog. Just rocking in here. We're going to just imagine you're over a big beach ball, coming over into high plank and then drawing back into downward dog. Coming up over that beach ball, back over into our high plank, drawing up and back into our down dog. One more time, up and over that beach ball. So the shoulders are over the wrists. High plank and then drawing up and over as we push back into our down dog. Now we're going to bring the knees back to the mat. We're going to draw the right knee to the front into our lunge. So we're really sliding that left leg back away from the body, lifting the head, opening up through the shoulders, planting the left hand and sliding the right up to twist. Drawing the hand back to the mat. This time we're going to rock back so that front leg is straight, walking the hands back. Bending the knee, coming forward again. This time we're going to lift the back leg off the mat if it's in your practice today. Plant that left hand again. Drawing the right up and looking towards the fingers. A beautiful stretch for the legs, for the whole body. Drawing the hand back to the mat. We're going to straighten that leg again. Walking the hands back. Bending the knee. Drawing that back knee down to the mat. Back into our low lunge. We're going to take the front leg to behind. So we're in our tabletop position. Then we're going to lift the knees back into our down dog. Walking the feet out. We're going to lift up and over into our high plank. We're going to keep the elbows in tight if it's tight and close to the body.
If this is too far for you to come down to the mat, just bend your knees, keep the elbows in tight, and lower yourself down. We're going to keep the elbows nice and close to the body. We're going to peel our way up. So our legs, our glutes are engaged, feet flat on the ground, drawing ourselves back to the mat, cheek to the side. Take a breath here. Peel the chest again off the mat, drawing those elbows in nice and tightly to the side body. You feel a beautiful stretch in the arms as well as opening up through the chest. Rolling your way back down, we're going to tuck the toes, lift the body, come back into our down dog. And we're going to walk the feet to the hands. Forward fold, just letting the body hang here. Maybe let it just flop from side to side. We're going to plant the hands. We're going to take the left hand, keep it on the mat. We're going to do a lovely side twist. Looking up towards the right hand. Keep the knees bent a lot or a little, whatever feels good for you. Looking up towards the hand. Drawing the hand back down to the mat. We're going to do the other side. Up towards the hand. Drawing the hand back down to the mat. We're going to step back with the right foot, then the left foot back into our high plank. We're going to draw back up into our downward dog. We're going to have the feet hip width apart. We're going to take the left hand, we're going to lean back and look underneath the right hand. And drawing the hand back to the mat. Bend the knees a lot. Push back up into our down dog. And we're going to take the right hand this time to the left leg and looking underneath the left armpit out to the side. Bringing the hand back to the mat. We're going to keep our elbows in tight. We're going to lower our head towards the mat. So it's a little bit of a press up from our down dog position. So we're just lowering our head as far as you can, close as you can get to the mat, and then pushing away. We'll do this 2 more times. Now we're going to imagine that we're coming over that beach ball again, back into our high plank. Coming down into a low plank if you wish, otherwise coming from this position, we're going to come down chaturanga, bending those elbows down to the mat. Keeping the hands in close beside the body, peeling the chest into our cobra pose. Coming down to the mat. Breathing in as we come up. Exhaling as we come down, tucking the toes, lifting the abs, the body up into our down dog. We're going to walk the feet to the hands. This time we're going to come up into a half lift. So hands on the shins or the knees, whatever feels good for you. Come back down into that forward fold. See if it's a little bit easier. If you need a block or a book or something to put your hands on, if that's just way too far for you, in future practices, start there. Don't let it put you off if you can't get down to the mat. And we're going to start to roll ourselves vertebrae by vertebrae. Lifting the hands overhead, drawing the palms together and drawing them into that heart space. Are we remembering to be kind to ourselves? I hope so. Just a reminder, tap back into the heart. And bring the hands to the side of the body. Opening the palms, feeling the energy settle back in the body. Catching the breath. If we've moved a little bit of prana, we've increased the heart rate a little bit. Just start to rock backwards and forwards on your feet. Just finding where your point of balance is.
Maybe come up onto the toes, rock back onto the heels. See if you can come up a little bit higher on the toes. Start to raise the heels off the back of the mat. Try and hold your balance so your legs are really engaged. Up on our tippy toes. Holding as long as you can, remembering to breathe. Dropping them back down to the mat. Let's rock forward and backwards again. And coming back up onto the toes. Sucking in through the glutes. The abs. You're kind of sucking in through the glutes as well. I always trip over my words. Sorry, you'll get used to that. Feel the wobbles. We all wobble sometimes. Really drawing the thighs in together energetically helps with balance. Dropping the heels back down to the mat. Now let's just lift one heel after the other. A little bit of movement. Let's knock on heaven's door, as Adrian calls it. Just letting the body just relax and flop from side to side. Maybe hitting the side of the hips, the butt, as you move. Hope you're having a glorious day. It's a beautiful day here. And we're just going to come into stillness. Feel that energy moving in the body. That's your prana, that's your chi, that's your energy, life force moving within you. Come back. Come back. See how long it takes to settle. Now we're going to lift the toes again off the mat. I'm going to bring the hands into the heart center. Palms together, prayer position. See if you can come down from standing. Have a laugh if you fall over. Keeping those heels off the mat. Having the spine up nice and tall. Head just resting in a neutral position. Trying to keep any tension out of the shoulders. We're going to plant the heels and rock back. And we're going to plant the butt and come down to a seated position. And then we're just going to roll ourselves down to the mat. Make sure that the spine is nice and flat on the mat. We're going to lift the left leg, then the right leg up directly above us. Palms can just be flat on the mat. Drawing the toes back towards us. Really engaging in those legs, really imagining those thigh bones coming down into the pelvis. We're going to bend the left knee towards the chest, clasp the hands around the big toe if you can. You can use the index finger and the thumb, or you can just hold on to the side of your foot. It's a half baby pose. Remembering to keep the other leg engaged, the right leg engaged, toes drawing back towards the body. We're going to push that foot away. We're going to take the right toe or the right side of the foot and draw that knee into the shoulder. The other side. Pushing away. This time we're going to, we'll stay here for a moment, just engaging again. So the abs are really turned on. The legs are really turned on. It's a really active pose. We're going to bend both knees. We're going to take our hands to the front and middle part of the foot, grasp the feet, and then draw the knees down towards the chest into our full happy baby. Babies love doing this pose. You did it when you were a baby. It always feels a little bit weird if you've never engaged with it before. Some people get the giggles. That's all good. Rock backwards and forwards. Just rock here. Feels really freeing. Amazing. So those knees are tucked into the armpits, really.
And we're going to draw them away, back up, beyond. We're going to bend the left leg, bring it down to the mat. We're going to take the right leg and cross it over the left leg. We're going to take the palms of the hands through, thread the needle behind the knee, push away from the body. And then dropping that leg to the floor, that foot to the floor, uncrossing the right leg, lift the left leg, draw it over the right leg, threading the needle again behind the right leg and pushing away with this left knee away from the body. Right foot is, right leg is really engaged as well, and pushing away into the hands. And we're going to drop that foot to the floor. Now we're going to walk the feet away from the body. Just lift those shoulder blades, give them a wriggle, find a really comfortable position. Hands are out from the body, the legs are slightly apart, closing down the eyes. I'm going to finish the practice today with Shavasana. Some say the most difficult pose because, once again, we have nothing to do but just to lie here and feel into our bodies. Breathing into the belly again. If that counting sequence helps you that we did at the beginning of the session, then you can start counting on your breath, counting on your exhalation. I invite you to go back into your heart space. Remember that little mantra, be kind, be kind, be kind. Just feel every part of your body relax. Notice if there's tension anywhere. Around the eyes, the jaw, the ears, the throat, the shoulders, the arms, the fingers, the chest, the abdomen, the pelvis, the spine, the hips and the legs, the feet and the toes. Nothing to do, nowhere to go. Listening to the sounds around you. What can you hear? Are they distracting, annoying, or engaging? Now, I invite you to stay here for as long as you wish. Otherwise, just wriggle into those fingers, wriggle into those toes. Maybe rock the head from side to side. Draw one leg up, then the other, and then roll onto a side of your choice, bringing the hands to the side of the face. Taking a lovely deep inhalation. Just staying here until you feel that you want to push away and come back up into a seated position. Crossing the legs, sitting up nice and tall. Bringing your awareness back to the room, wherever you may be. Take the hands wide, draw them up overhead, palms together, drawing them down to the heart center.
Please take that mantra kind out into the world with you, reminding yourself throughout the day or the evening to be kind to yourself and to be kind to others. Hope you enjoyed the class. I'd appreciate you liking my channel and subscribing if you feel you want to have more classes, sharing it with friends and family. My intention is to share yoga and make it accessible for as many people as possible. So if you can help me with that, I would truly appreciate it if you enjoy the class. So until again, namaste, enjoy your day.